Guys, so this video is going to be a book review. So sorry, my lipstick was like caked up or something, but yeah, this book is going to be a book review on this book, Home Alone by Kristen. Okay, so I don't know how I came across this book. Baby's crying. I don't know how I came across this book. I think one of my residents at work gave it to me, but this book basically, it starts off with this character named Angel DeMarco. He's like this movie star, like bad boy, smokes and drinks and parties and stuff, but everyone doesn't know he has this critical heart condition, and basically he has congestive heart failure. So like he ends up going, he's having this party, he's like drinking hard and stuff, and he's in this small town and he sees this little girl, and she's like one of his fans, and basically he takes her to prom, and he comes back from the prom to his like movie premiere, and then he, you know, has a heart attack, like passes out, basically dies. And so they send him back to his hometown, and then it comes into this other character named Madeline Hillard. She's like one of the best cardiac surgeons in America. Come to find out, when they were 16, they were in a relationship, and she ended up getting pregnant, and her dad basically paid Angel, I think it was like $10,000 or something like that, to basically leave her, and he took the money and ran. So she ended up having the baby, and his brother Francis helped her out. His brother Francis is like, now they're adults, he's a priest, and he's secretly in love with Madeline, but you know, he never says anything because they're basically raising her daughter. You know, she's saying Uncle Francis out of respect, but it's really her Uncle Francis, and she doesn't know. So the daughter Lena, doesn't know who her father is. You know, everyone, she's like this rebel, just like how her dad was at, you know, 16. She's like smoking and hanging out with these like bad kids, and she's so rude and disrespectful to her mom, and basically, you know, she's like, you know, leave me alone, I don't care about you, tell me who my dad is, you don't want to tell me, so screw you. That's her attitude. So basically Angel comes back, and Madeline sees him, and she's like, oh my god, like, you know, I can't work on him, like, because she's basically, she you know, she's still in love with him. He doesn't know about Lena, so he's basically giving everyone in the hospital a hard time. You know, he's like, let him die and stuff. You know, he's taking everything lightly as a joke. So one day, you know, Madeline breaks down, and she's like, you know, you have a daughter, she needs you, her name is Lena. And so he was just like so shocked, like, oh my god, like, I'm a dad and stuff. He didn't believe it. So fast forward, Francis is a priest, and he was going on like a couples retreat, and he ends up driving, and he's driving without a seatbelt and gets into a car crash. He flies through the windshield, and he's basically pronounced brain dead at the site. So Madeline is like, you know, thinking as a doctor, and she's also thinking like, oh my god, you know, my best friend is gone, but she's like, you know, he was the match for Angel. So she basically gave Angel Francis's heart. And so they were just like, they did the surgery, he didn't know who the heart was, and then she told him, and he was just like, you know, he kept on, you know, hearing his voice and doing things that, you know, Francis would do, and he was like, you know, this wasn't me, like, I'm lactose intolerant, why do I like to drink milk now, like, and it's basically impossible for you to take traits of your heart donor or like any organ donor, but you know, sometimes it happens, maybe like, you know, it's in your mind. So she tells him like it's Francis's heart. So he gets mad at her, but then he's like, you know, I can't live up to him, like, you know, he's like the best. So he comes over to meet Lena, and no one believes that that's her dad. They're like, oh, that's not your dad, you don't look like him, and you're ugly, and this and that. Like, she let this boy cut her hair so they can see what guy she looks like. Like, she was bugging out. Like, so then one of the guidance counselors at the job, like, basically, you know, felt for her. Yeah, my camera cut off. I don't really know where I left off. So basically, you know, he finds out he has Francis's heart and he doesn't know how to take it. Lena finds out that's her dad. She doesn't know how to take it. Like, nobody knows how to take bad news in this book. That's the only thing that's like annoying. But then one of the guidance counselors, like, you know, calls Madeline. Sorry, my phone. One of the guidance counselors at school calls Madeline. She's like, you know, Lena's cutting school, and, you know, I want to tell you because you dropped her off and picked her up, but she didn't attend none of her classes. And she basically pushes her in the right direction because Madeline doesn't know how to be a parent. All she knows is how to be a cardiologist. And then Lena ends up, you know, ditching the old crew because they're like, oh, you're a liar, that's not your dad. And so she starts hanging out with the guidance counselor's nephew because he, you know, was in the same situation. Like, his parents died, you know. She's basically mourning Francis and, you know, finding out she hasn't, you know, Francis' brother was her dad and she never knew all along. And so, like, fast forward, you know, she ends up started hanging out with him, and, you know, Angel and Madeline start getting closer, and Angel and Lena start getting closer, and like they basically start coming together as a family unit. So Angelina ends up going to prom. Well, Angelina ends up going to prom, and Angel, you know, he does romantic things for Madeline. Like, he recreates their first date at the carnival from when they were kids. Like, you know, all it ends in a happy ending. So I would rate this book, let's see, I would give it 3.5 out of 5 stars because, you know, it's kind of predictable, but then it's not. Like, I feel, you know, that happy ending, you know, I feel that Lena deserved a happy ending, and, you know, she finally came to terms with who she is as a person, and, you know, she started, you know, seeing why her mother was the way she was. Like, her mother, you know, her dad was just, you know, as worse. Like, and then I really liked how the author, you know, switched from each character's perspective, like, throughout the story. Like, you know, when it was Francis, you know, you were in like it was like, you know, you're inside of Francis's mind, like, you're seeing what he's seeing. Like, every character's point of view was like so beautifully written. And I would recommend this. It's like, it's a love story, you know, I love it. But yeah, so if you're looking for a book, I would read Home Again by Kristen Hannah. I don't think there's a part 2, but I wish there was a part 2. But yeah, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. So yeah, like, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.